right now for our post-game guest, and it's good to talk to an old friend of the post-game show. Of course, he's been on several of these with us, a lot of times at the stadium here at NRG. You know that laugh. You hear it right there. He's joining us right now, and it was great to see this guy get back on the field. Dameon Pierce, running back, joining us here on Texans post-game. DP, how'd it feel to get your feet wet back out there against NFL competition today?
Man, it felt amazing, man. It's been a long 4.5 months for me, but I'm glad to put hands on to get them back popping, man, just in time for the season.
Hey, let's talk about, there's a lot of talk we're watching on TV today, and we're listening to the guys, the commentators, talking about stylistically and last year's scheme versus this year's scheme, and how Dameon Pierce appears to be more comfortable with his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and getting downhill. Do you see that? Is that true, one, I guess? And number two, is that something that in this offensive scheme you seem to feel more comfortable doing and see more often?
Of course, man. I'm one of the guys who like seeing the whole line of scrimmage. Nothing against Bobby, but, we was, kind of precedent on the outside zone and going lateral before we go vertical. But Kaylee, he has a whole different approach to the run game. He likes a lot of duos, counters, tight zone. And, periodically, he likes to throw a few tosses in there. But like I said in the earlier interview, Kaylee kind of knows how to cater to the guys on the field and our skill sets. So I feel like when he see me in the game, he keeps my shoulders square because that's when I'm at my best, I'm my most dangerous, and I'm my most comfortable. So that definitely is some truth to what the commentator was saying. I feel good. Hopefully I look good out there, man. I'm just glad to be back out there.
No doubt. Dameon Pierce joining us here on the post-game show. So, Dameon, they've been working you back in from your injury, kind of working you back slowly here, and it's been great to see you get back in pads and get out there and hit some people. We know how competitive it is for this roster and for rosters. How hard was it for you during training camp to be working off to the side as you're watching your teammates sit there and bang heads with each other and joint practices and in games and things like that? To get worked back in, was that tough for you to watch as that competition is ensuing?
Yeah, for sure. Because especially in the deep running back room, we got as a competitor, it kind of sucked. And I had my moments of mentally going through like, damn, I want to be out there so bad. But just looking at the big picture and looking at the end goal of what I want for myself, it kind of brought me back to earth. And with that end goal being, when I get back to the field, I want to be dominant. I want to be explosive. I want to be the me that I know I can be. And not prove anybody else wrong. I just want to prove. I'm more so focused on proving myself right. The last few years, I kind of just let everybody get to me. Rightfully so. This is NFL. Everybody look at what we do. From the moment we report to camp to the last game of the season. But just being on the sideline, focusing on the main goal, and just getting back healthy so I can get back to my brand of football and my style of play.
Hey, man, you're human, bro. Don't beat yourself up for being human, man. That's part of the grind. That's part of growing up in the game, man. Don't beat yourself up about that one, man. Do your thing. Hey, I do got a question.
I'll be the first one to admit
that. hey, that's a big part of it, right? Hey, here's the deal, Dameon. I think one thing, if you look at the entire preseason games as well as training camp that we get to see, one thing – it's probably the top of the list of things, if you will, that sticks out to me is the improvement that the running backs have made in pass protection. It seems like, everybody struggled last year in pass protection, but it seems like this year, boy, the one thing that sticks out is top to bottom, and I think you may have even had a nice pickup today, but top to bottom, everybody that we've seen play the position that's come out of your position group has been able to protect at a very noticeably better level. What do you attribute that to? Do you see that? Do you agree? What's your thoughts?
Yes, wholeheartedly agree. Well, for one, it starts with Kaylee and Cole. Cole is like our offensive line coach. So those two guys do a great job of, making it clear and concise for everyone, not just the running backs, everyone involved in pass protection, from the quarterback to the O-line to us. And then even receivers being dialed in on their hots, you know what I'm saying? So big shout out to those guys. And then just to add more, definition and, being more concise on it, our running back coach, Coach DB, does a great job of making sure we're mentally and physically prepared every day, whether it's drills, whether it's film, whether it's just walking and talking. That's probably the most we spend our time on in the running back room is pass pros. Because, DB has a thing. He says, we know how to run the ball. We wouldn't be here if we didn't know how to run the ball. So just make sure we protect the ball and protect the quarterback. So we spend a lot of time on that, and everybody has done a great job of buying into it and just, putting our pride and joy into it. We're very prideful about pass protection. We're very prideful about keeping 7 off the dirt because, when 7 is clean, we have a great chance of winning the football game.
Hey, Dameon, look, I want you to know how much you can trust me before we let you go, man. I want you to know how much you can trust me. I talked to you at practice a few days back, and you told me you was going to come back this week, and I didn't take it to air, man. I didn't tell nobody about it. I kept it under my hat, man. And I want you to know, number one, you can trust me, man. But number two, I want you to know, man, I can speak for Sean here, man. We're big fans of 31. We're big fans of Dameon Pierce, man. It was good to see you back on the field today, man.
Hey, man, appreciate it, man. I know, this is a 4-year relationship, man. We wouldn't have had it without no trust now.
That's it. Well, DP, man,
get out. This is a 4-year relationship, baby.
Get out there. Hey, how the dogs? How's the family? How's everybody doing, man?
Man, everybody good, man. The kids good. I'm good mentally. Mom Duke's them good. Everybody just waiting on 31 to get back to the field, man. Because they know when I'm on the field, I'm my happiest.
I love it. Well, man, go make some plays this season so we can get you back on the post-game show again, man. We love having you on.
Yes, sir, man. Thank y'all for having me, man. Hopefully I'll be on plenty more.
Absolutely. Dameon Pierce, man. We love DP. DP joining us on the post-game show. He was you could argue, the only bright spot of the Lovie Smith year when they went 3-13-1. That dude was on the post-game show with us probably about 4 or 5 times